Hey BrewTube. Let's see, this is a video response to Sjporr. What got me into homebrewing? Let's see, I've been homebrewing for just under a year now. I started in January. I used to be a big time commercial beer drinker. I used to drink Bud Light like crazy. I'd buy quarter kegs and tap them with a little hand pump because I still don't have a kegerator. That was back in the partying days, I guess you can say. And then a couple years ago, I just started getting like real bad hangovers and headaches from anytime I drink Bud Light. So I switched up Miller Genuine Draft, which I still sometimes like to drink out of the bottle. That's still some good stuff. But I got into craft beers. I started drinking Sam Adams, Sierra Nevadas. Those were good. It was definitely a change from what I was used to, so it took me a little bit to get accustomed to the taste. Then I started getting into Bell's Brewing, the two-hearted ale. To me, at first, that was a strong beer. That just, I don't know, it was weird. It was good. But before I started getting into brewing, I was watching, Craig Tube's channel, his Easy Homebrewing series. I started watching that for about a year, and he did a video on a Cooper's kit, the review of the whole kit, the fermenter bottling bucket combination. So I went to my wife, and she knows I'm not good at hobbies. I go, you know what, I want to take on a new hobby. One, because I thought it would be a little bit cheaper, which then it wasn't. Our beer prices aren't that bad anyways. But if you buy like, a 12 pack of Bell's O'Brien, it's $17.99 for a 12 pack. So it can get kind of pricey if you think about 48 bottles of beer that I get from my batches now. But I started with a Cooper's kit. I went out, bought it, it got shipped to my house, and it came with 2 cans. It came with a lager and a pilsner, and this is before I knew what lagering was all about. I thought I knew a lot about brewing, from watching different channels. But then to come to think about it, I didn't know shit. Because if I knew about brewing, then I would have thought, hey, let's go to like Midwest Supplies or Northern Brewing and buy one of their kits. Because it came with 2 buckets. It came with everything I needed. This came with plastic bottles, a fermenter, a spigot that leaked, and actually I still use the bottling bucket that I got from Cooper's. I actually kind of fitted it with a different bottling wand. So that's my bottling bucket. I don't use that for fermenting at all. But yeah, I got into, finally after a year watching this, I thought, you know what, this is going to be easy. I can do this. Basically, it was just for like saving money on brews. I brewed, my first one was a Cooper's Pilsner. It was a hopped kit. I didn't have no hops. I didn't know shit about hops, I guess. No steeping grains. I brewed it. My problem was, after it was done, it was quick, easy, no problem, I love it. Took the hydrometer, jotted my information down on a little disc that they give you, your instructions. Good to go. My problem was waiting. My first brew, I could not wait. And of course I didn't have a secondary back then, so I would sit there. I brewed it, put it upstairs in my closet, let it go. I didn't have the airlock because the cap bubbled up, but you could see it. It lifted up, let the CO2 out. So I'm watching it. I see the krausen ring, and every day I'm checking, oh, is it done, is it done, is it done, is it done. It cleared up, it's done. I bottled it, Use the Cooper's drops. Is it done? Is it done? Is it done? No patience at all. So for them, finally, it's done. It's ready to go. It was not what I was expecting. I mean, it was okay. At first, it tasted like champagne. It had the bubbly like champagne, because I used those carbonation drops. So I went, you know what? First time brewing. Eventually, over time, age. By the way, it did taste pretty good. You know, it was like I said, it was a hop pilsner can. First time. Oh well. So I did the lager one. I love lager beers. Now, I'm not sure if I will. I'm gonna lager this year. This winter, I'm gonna lager. I'm gonna do one beer just to see how it works out. If I like it, then I like it. If I don't, oh well. Not gonna really hurt my feelings too much. Man, for some reason it got cloudy and I'm losing my light. But anyways, I did this lager one. Brewed it, same thing. My patience wasn't there, but it was, so I just put in another room. I got busy at work. I forgot about it. To come to find out, my daughter went upstairs, and I think I might have posted a video on this when I first got into YouTube. My daughter got in my closet. She took the cap off. And of course, as a little one, she's ruffling her hands in there. So a week later, I go in there. I open up the door and I just smell something awful. I'm like, what is that smell? I look down, my lid's open. There's hair, there's all kinds of junk in this beer. I almost gave up. I almost said, you know what, I'm done brewing. I'm not going to do it no more. I actually stopped for a little bit just because I got so discouraged on everything that was going on. So then, I waited probably, I don't know, about a month after that. I found a home brew supply store by my house. So I went in there and I went ahead and I bought a new fermenter, because the one I had, obviously just lift the lid and that's it. Bought a new fermenter, new bucket, so I had a snap lid on it, had the airlock. I'm like, she ain't gonna get into this one. Awesome. And instead of a Cooper's kit, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna try brewing a Brewer's Best Irish Stout. I look into reviews on them, on the Brewer's Best kit, and I liked how it had the steeping grains. It had the hops. I felt like I was more interested in it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try it. So here is my first, see, it's a Brewer's Best kit. First Brewer's Best beer. It's an Irish Stout. I still had a couple left over from February or early March when I bottled them. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. Oh yeah, I lost my bottle cap opener too, so I'll go ahead and pour it. See how, you know what, I haven't had one of these in probably 4 months, so I don't even know how it's going to turn out. And like I said, this was a Brewer's Best kit with the steeping grains and the hops. So after I brewed this one, I fell in love with brewing. I ventured off into more Brewer's Best kits. I think I did like 3 or 4 of them. Still great beer, still a good beer. It's been sitting for months. So I decided to go ahead and brewed more kits. Fell in love with brewing. I got addicted to it hard, fast and hard. And then my local homebrew shop has kits of their own too. So and then I got into brewing a bag, and now where I'm at now, all grain. Still advancing, still doing some more things, but I love it. I'm in love with home brewing. It's a way, after a hard week, I usually try to do it every other Friday, just because I got the weekend off. And after a hard ass week, that relaxes me. I'll sit there, I'll brew, I'll be on Uvu, I'll be listening to Craig Tube's channel on Friday nights, and I'll just unwind. So yeah, I love homebrewing. I've met a lot of people from homebrewing. A lot of people say when they try my beers, they're used to Bud Light, Miller Lite, all them. They try it, they go, isn't it easier just to buy beer? Yeah, it is. It's easy for me to go up to the corner, buy a 24 pack and start drinking it. But it's not mine. This is kind of mine. I brewed it, so I guess it is mine. It tastes beautiful. So yeah. Let's see, right now I have on bottle, I have 6 different beers on bottle. I brewed a numerous amount. I know I was talking to Lermo, and I forgot how many. I have to look at all my paperwork, and I keep logs of all my beers. Now I have Beersmith, so I keep them online or on the computer. But yeah, that's about it. I love homebrewing. I'm addicted to it. I did want to go huge and get big huge stand, but you know what? I'm having too much fun doing everything manually. And I'm, like I said, on my last Homebrew Wednesday, I think it was the last one or 1 week, I don't know, I haven't done a Homebrew Wednesday in a while, just because we got a lot of things that we're doing, trying to buy houses, or trying to look at houses every time I have off, so I don't get much time to make a video. And I didn't brew this week, just because I have too much brew. I have too much. I don't have enough bottles. I'm not going to buy any more bottles, just because I want to get into kegging them. So I'm trying to save my money, I guess you could say. So here's to the video response. Why I got into homebrewing. It was first to cut down on the cost of beer, because I started liking craft beers. Now it's just strictly a pure passion, a great hobby. Like I said, I'm not good with hobbies. This one I absolutely enjoy. Yeah, it can get expensive, but it's not as bad if you can do things on your own, like building a wort chiller, building your mash tun, building things on your own. Then it's 100% yours. So here's to everybody. Cheers. As Sjporr says, enjoy the fruits of your labor.